A lot of men out there seem really baffled about why they aren't getting dates. So I thought I would just share from a woman's perspective some of the ways that things are not working for us and share with you some recent experiences. So here we go. We're sliding into my DMs. All right, first story. It's a guy who lives locally. He matched with me on the Meet Me app. Meet Me is like live streaming, and then it's got a dating section. So yeah, he messaged me on Meet Me, and his first message was beautiful, and I thought that was very nice. So I said, thanks, you should go live. I like asking people to go live because to me, personality is a huge component in if I find somebody attractive and interesting. Just because I can think somebody's handsome does not mean I will vibe with their energy. For me, somebody's energy, their maturity level, the way they carry themselves, that's a huge part of attraction for me. So if somebody goes live, then I can watch them, I can see how they talk, I can see what kind of things they're interested in. It's just, for me, the Meet Me app is really about the live section. That's where you get to know people. So I said, thanks, you should go live. He said, lol, why is that? I said, it's a good way to get to know people. He said, oh, maybe I should try. What are you up to? I said, just relaxing. He said, same here. Probably gonna shower soon. The beginning of the end. I said, go live after. He said, lol, okay, here's another pic of me. I said, if you go live, send me a message. He said, okay, can I see another pic of you? I feel like I've been very clear already. I'm here to watch people go live. If you want to go live, I will swing by. I will say hi. Otherwise, I'm not really that interested. And then he sent me a picture of him naked with a towel on his shillingaling and said, me right now. So how many messages have I sent this guy? I've said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to him. 5 messages I've sent. I've said nothing about me. There's been no flirting on my end. And I've now seen him nude. This is too much. This is too much. This is too soon. This was not the vibe. This was not the energy I was putting out there in any way, shape, or form. Like, read the room. Read the room. I was not flirting with you. A woman saying hi and messaging you 5 times does not constitute the equivalent of send me a nude. It just doesn't. No. Too much. Too much. And so I said, I'm not interested in nudity. And that was the end of that. It's just too much, guys. Like, you can't be going full frontal on somebody who's barely said hi to you. Barely initiated any contact. No. Please stop. And and I'm laughing at it. Because it's like you have to find the humor in it these days because it's so prevalent and it's so common, but it's not actually funny. It's infuriating. It's frustrating. And it's like, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, this is not okay. I need better. I need more. By more, I mean an intellectual conversation. By more, I mean show interest in me as a human and not just, yeah, no. Please stop. Full stop. It's like, I don't know how many times women need to say this. I didn't consent to this. I didn't lead you on in any way, shape, or form. And it's just, I mean, what does it work? Maybe 1 out of 100 times? So you're pissing off 99 other women in your area until you find the one chick who's like down for it? it's just not a good move, guys. It's too much. It makes you seem desperate. It just shows no self, like, it's so funny how guys judge women for like doing an OnlyFans or something like that. Like, guys will judge women so hard if a woman puts herself out there in a sexual manner. But guys, like, 5 messages in and they're sending their nudes to you. But if a woman does it, she's disgusting. So here's the thing that really gets to me. Let's say I thought he was gorgeous and I was into this energy of casualness, which I'm not. But let's just say, hypothetically, I felt it and I was excited and turned on by his picture, and I responded with one of my own. So now we're gonna send a bunch of nudes back and get all flirty, even though we know each other 0%. This is completely lust-based, physical-based nonsense. He will, on some level, respect me less. He will see me as only casual, and he will have less respect for me as a person and as a woman. So there is no winning. There is no winning in this for me as a woman. Because there's only 2 ways I can respond. I can say no thank you, or I can say yeah, I'm down. And either way, it's not leading to a relationship. It's not leading to a connection. I would feel probably too nervous to meet him. You know, it's not going to lead to something healthy. So let's just stop. Let's just stop, please. All right, so that's scenario number 1. Let's go to the next reason I'm still single. Oh gosh, so I matched with a guy on Facebook Dating. And again, he and I only had a couple messages back and forth. I thought he'd said that he had moved to Bend, Oregon. I thought that's what he'd said in the messages, but it turned out he was just visiting Bend, Oregon. Which again is still like hours away from me, and so I should have just ended it immediately, but okay. So we're messaging a little bit more back and forth. And I give him my phone number, which I really don't like doing. I do not like giving guys my phone number. I would rather give them maybe my Instagram or something like that. And this is another reason, guys, it is important to have some social media. It is important to have some social media and let somebody scope it out a little bit and get a sense of who you are and your personality and decide more if they want to date you. Like, I know a lot of guys these days are like anti-social media, but it can be useful. And I know some of them are like, yeah, it's useful in rolling me out, but it's also useful in rolling you in. Like, if people are rolling you out based on your social media, then you should reevaluate what you have on there. Sorry, that's facts. Anyway, so then he sends me this truth bomb. Gonna be honest with you. Since based on everything, I've got nothing to lose. I'm assuming he's saying that because we're long distance and yada yada, some of the other things. I'm looking for someone who is financially secure and responsible. Okay, awesome. Like, I feel you, bro. Me too. I have an 800 credit score. Great. Good for you. Someone who likes to have fun. Okay. Someone who is alcohol 420 friendly, but it doesn't consume my whole life. All right, so he already knows we're not compatible because I have in my bio on Facebook that I like a healthy lifestyle and I'm not really looking to match with somebody who drinks a lot. I put very clearly on there I'm into a healthy lifestyle, aka I don't want to be with somebody who's an alcoholic or somebody who's like using stuff. It's right there, bro. It's right there. So I like to be outside. Yeah, awesome. And someone that likes kinky sex. Okay, you know what? And so I said, okay, glad you were honest. I don't think this was for me, thanks. Like, honestly, I feel like he should just put all this in his bio. I want a woman who works full time and will do whatever I want in the bedroom. and will let me drink and smoke my weed. Like, just put that in your bio. If that's what you're looking for, just put it in your bio. You'll have less matches, yes, but the matches you do have will already know what's up and have been accepted it as okay. Like, put it in your bio. Like, I put in my bio that I have no interest in having kids and that I want a healthy lifestyle and that I'm looking for someone honest and dependable. Like, I put in there I want a relationship. I put my big stuff right out there because I think it saves you time in the long run. It saves you so much time in the long run. This guy already knew our lifestyles weren't compatible, but he thought, you know what, I'll just put it out there. And I'm glad he did because now I can move on to the next. And you know, it's frustrating because it's like, I really do want to work with somebody. I really do. But, and I think at my gut instinct when I first read this, I had even a stronger reaction than now. Because it just kind of felt like he was saying, I want a woman who does everything I want. She needs to be making great money. She needs to have perfect credit. She needs to, you know, accept my vices. She needs to be down for whatever I want to bed. And it just felt like very entitled and very, I want, I want, I want, I want. And now that I rewrite it, I mean, like the financially secure and responsible part, I totally vibe with that. Like, I get that. What do I want to say about this? I think honestly, it's good to have a certain level of big talks up front. Like I said, I put in my bio, I don't want kids. Because that's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people. So, but the kinky sex thing, like, to me, it just, like I said, I support people being honest. I support asking for what you want and need in a relationship, but there comes a point where it just feels like, I want this from you, I want that from you, I want you to do whatever I want, and it just gives the ick. It just gives the ick. All right, last story. Story number 3 of why I'm still single right now and how my dating life is going. I matched a while ago on Facebook dating with a guy who's older than me. I think it was 12 years. But I don't really care about age. I would date 12 years younger. I would date 12 years older. If somebody is attractive and they're intelligent and they're thoughtful, I really don't care about age if the attraction's there. So I actually, because I thought he was very handsome, I liked his bio, I was very interested. I asked him one time if he would want to meet me at the boba tea shop. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'm free, I'll come down. And so I got my own drink. I got it before I got there. It was somewhere I was already going, and I was just like, hey, if you're available, come and meet up with me. And so he got his drink and we sat and we talked and the conversation went well. And he was very easy to talk to and I enjoyed the conversation. And so then we went on a second date. Oh, wait, I am skipping over some important stuff. He started sending me photos of myself. He was screenshotting photos of me and then texting them to me and then making comments about me. They were all positive comments, but it still just was like, ew. I have a few photos I do like of myself, but generally I'm not a person who's in love with my own face. I don't love to take as many photos of myself, and I don't like to just stare at myself in the mirror, and I don't like to I'm not that person. So I'm not really somebody who loves photos myself anyways. But then for someone to like be sending them to me and making comments about them, uh, when we the thing I liked about when we met was that we had real conversations about our lives, and it didn't feel superficial and it didn't feel shallow. And I understand that like he was trying to be flirty, and I understand that, but I wasn't there yet. I was not in flirty mode. And so it was forcing me to ask myself, am I just not attracted to him? Or because I do think he was handsome, or like, but am I just not feeling it? Or is it just too soon? And it kind of, I told myself, I think it's just too much too soon. I think he's trying to be flirty and I should let this go. He's just being flirty and I want to give this a chance. Um, so we go on the second date. It was a nice dinner. It was a very nice time. We went in a little ice cream shop after a nice dinner and we talked some more and he made a sweet comment, and so I grabbed his hand, and so we started holding hands, and then at the end of the night we kissed, and there was chemistry. The kiss was really nice, and so I was like, okay, I think I am feeling this guy. I think I'm interested. Like, okay, because I wasn't sure, but the kiss was nice, and so I was like, okay, all right. And so then we went on a third date, and we hiked around. We went on a nice hike, and we were able to even talk more on the hike. We sat down at the end of it and like really opened up again about a lot of our past relationship stuff and about our lives currently. And then we went out to a dinner after that, and then we kissed again. And I feel like some of the things we talked to on the hike were really eye-opening for both of us. We both shared about like our previous marriages and stuff like that, and I do feel like maybe it was some oversharing, and I feel like we both kind of started seeing each other a little differently in ways. He had two long-term relationships that ended really badly, and I had my one marriage that ended really badly, which is not uncommon. I mean, most breakups aren't two people just roll over one day and say, I just don't feel it anymore, but I love you and I wish you all the best. Like, most breakups don't go that well. Most breakups are kind of ugly. It's people crying, somebody's trying to still make it work, somebody else just really wants out. There's been resentments for a long time. I mean, most breakups are painful. Um, but his were a little extra. His had a little bit of extra stuff in there that was like, oh, okay. And then I found out that he is living with his dad. He did say that he's like looking to buy a place, and build a little place, and he was showing me some places, and they looked fine. Um, I don't, and honestly, I probably would have looked past it and continued to date him. His dad's older and in bad health, and so I can kind of understand the situation. But I don't know. Some little like red flags were starting to pop into things. And then he'd kind of been somebody who would text every morning, and I'm not a morning person, and so I would text him once I'd been up and kind of gotten a couple things done and stuff like that. So I would probably end up texting him 11 noon, something like that. Um, I was texting him back. I was maintaining conversations. But he texted me one day and was like, good morning. I really feel like I need somebody who wants to have good morning messages every day. And I just don't think this is going to work. You're very cute and I wish you all the best. And I was like, okay, fair enough. A big part of me felt relieved. I honestly felt relieved because some of the little red flags that had popped up on our walk and talk, I was like, I don't have to worry about these things anymore. I had started to get the vibe that he could potentially be kind of a controlling person. And I was just like so relieved. I was just like, I don't have to worry about this anymore. I don't have to feel obligated. I don't have to feel pressured. I don't have to feel, yeah, I just felt relief. And it's sad because it's like, I know if he hadn't ended it, I would have kept trying. But I was so glad he ended it. So, yeah, this is dating. This is dating. It's a lot of having to draw boundaries with people. It's a lot of people coming on too strong, too soon, and coming on in really sexual ways instead of trying to develop an emotional, intellectual connection. And it's hard as a woman who really wants to feel loved and to feel this pressure to lead with sexuality, but also feel like if you do lead with sexuality, then you're punished and you're judged. And it's hard to know how to even just be anymore. It's hard to know how to just be. So I know what I want though. I want a serious, committed, loving relationship. I am holding out strong for that, and it is frustrating. The loneliness can be very challenging. I miss just like being held. I miss having someone to talk to at the end of my day. But guys, if you like a girl, get to know her as a human being and then wait until she's flirting. Like, ease into that. No nudes day one. No nudes in the like first week, honestly, unless she's giving you that vibe. But if there is not mutual flirting happening, then no. Just no. Don't do it. Flirt. Okay, I know flirting is hard for your guys' side too. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for you guys. Don't know how to just be either. Have interesting conversations with her. Ask her about her favorite books. Ask her about her favorite conspiracy theory. Tell her some funny jokes. Take her out to a meal. See if you guys have a good time. Get to know her. And the way you're going to get to know her is to have her feel safe enough to meet you in person and have her feel safe enough to say yes to dates. And the way she's going to feel safe enough is when you concentrate on getting to know her as a person instead of as an object of lust, instead of looking at the size of her hips and her boobs and her this and her that. Actually ask her questions about her life and who she is. Please. I'm begging you. This doesn't have to be as hard as it seems. That's it. That's the big secret. That's the big secret on a lot of women's side to dating us successfully. Is just chill. Bring down the sexual flirting. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Wait until you've met us and gotten to know us. And then once the vibe's there and she's giving you that flirt back, there you go. There you go. That's what's up. But be more patient. Be more patient. Get to know her. That's it. That's the big secret. There you have it. All right. If you have some funny dating stories or you have some opinions on my 3 stories, throw them in the comments, please. Throw them in the comments. Let's hear it. All right. Next time. Peace.